Cutting up her food for her, he joins her on the bed so they can watch the Murray Franklin talk show together. Arthur starts daydreaming and he imagines himself among Franklin's public, where the host hears him and asks him to stand up. Arthur introduces himself and tells him how he takes care of his mother, which Franklin respects, so he asks him to come down. Arthur does so and he enjoys everyone's applause. When he makes it to Franklin's side, the host tells him he would give up TV and fame to have a kid like Arthur. Then they hug. Back in reality, Arthur smiles at this little dream. The next day at work, we can see Arthur's body is covered in bruises. His coworker Randall approaches him and after telling him he's heard about the beating, he decides to gift Arthur his gun. Another coworker, Gary, interrupts them to tell Arthur their boss is looking for them. Arthur goes to see him in his office, and he's told that they've received another complaint about him disappearing and not returning the sign. Arthur explains he was robbed, but his boss doesn't believe him because nobody would steal a sign. So he says he'll have to take the sign out of his paycheck, then proceeds to scold Arthur, who stays silent and smiling. But after the meeting is over, he goes outside to kick a trash can in frustration. Later that day, when going back to his apartment, Arthur shares the elevator with his neighbor, Sophie Drummond, and her daughter. When the elevator stops for a moment, Sophie comments the building is incredibly awful and makes a gesture with her hand pretending to shoot her head. Arthur smiles, and when they make it to their floor and get off the elevator, he returns the shooting gesture. Moments later, Arthur is giving Penny a bath. She keeps on asking about the letters because she thinks Wayne was a good man who wouldn't like seeing them live like this. Arthur asks her not to worry about money because his stand-up show will make it to the big club soon. Penny says she thought you had to be funny to be a comedian. A couple hours later, after having putting his mother to bed, Arthur watches a movie and practices with his new gun. When the song begins to play on the TV, he starts dancing to it while pretending to talk to a girl, but he accidentally shoots the gun and makes a hole in the wall. His mother wakes up and asks him about the noise. He tells her it's just a war movie on TV. The next day, Arthur follows Sophie around town and even on public transport. In the evening, he goes to see a stand-up show to take some